Hi, I'm Casey, your business buddy. In this particular session of Start Small Grow Big, we will be treating a very important topic. I'm sure you'd say that any topic that isn't important, this one is very important. It can determine if you would last for 2 months, 3 months, or if you would not even exist at all. I heard you chuckle. Thank you very much for your feedbacks, your comments. I see them all. For some of your questions, I will be treating them in other episodes as whole topics. In today's session, we will do a deep dive into knowing your competitors. In another session, I will treat know your customers. Your competitors are a critical aspect of your business. They are external, but you definitely shouldn't treat them as such. You should have an eye on your business and another eye on your competitors. As a small business, you're even in an advantageous position. Why? Because you're small, you're able to quickly adapt. You're able to quickly change things. A big enterprise, like a buffalo business, an elephant business, will not be quick to change anything. A change management process may take up to 18 months to even 3 years to get whatever it is they have visualized well done. But as a small business, you can quickly move once you see that there is danger. Who is a competitor? Like the name implies, it's anyone competing with you in your business. Anyone competing for the value you're supposed to extract from your business. And of course, if someone is competing with you, that person would also compete with the money that comes to you. If someone competes with your market share, that person would definitely compete with your figures. So as we discuss these different categories of competitors with the classes of animal family, I do hope this would sink in. The first class of competitors we will be looking at today are your direct competitors. I call them the carnivorous crow. These competitors at you. They charge at you like a bull. They come after you. They are everywhere. You can see them. You can feel them. You can create an ad and they create an ad that looks exactly like yours. In their communication, in their messaging, they can come right after you. They are there in your face. You fix a price, tomorrow they've done something about it. You go to the media, tomorrow they've done something about it. You bring out your product or your package and they may almost clone it to look exactly like that. They are always there. You see them, you know them, they know you. They can even gun for your data. They look very dangerous, and of course many times they are very dangerous. Even when you have to apply for different things, or probably you're writing a business plan or any document that has to do with your business, and you're asked the question, who are your competitors? Oftentimes you'll see those questions like, who are your top 3 competitors? These are the people you're most likely to write about in those applications. Why? They are right there in your face. If we're to even ask your customers, who do they think your competitors are? And even before we ask them who they think they are, they already know who those competitors are. Your brands are always in the mouth of the customer, almost at the same time. They appear very dangerous, but you know what? They may not necessarily be as dangerous as this next group. The next group are what you may call your indirect competitors. This particular group, I would like to liken them to the reptile family. They are indirect. They look as though they are subtle. They look as though they are not in your face. These ones create your product without it looking like your product. What do I mean by that? For every product, for every service you create, there is a purpose that product or service is to serve. Every other thing is peripheral. So for example, let's say you create juices, you create smoothies, you create drinks. The main essence of that drink is to quench thirst. Every other thing is peripheral. So whether you call it a healthy drink, an organic drink, blah, 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 it quenches thirst. Your indirect competitors may not necessarily produce smoothies or juices or any of those fizzy drinks. Whether it's fizzy drinks, soda, organic, they may necessarily not produce those kind of drinks. But you know what? They most likely will be producing water. And so if you're to talk about your competitors, you may not necessarily look at that competitor as a top competitor. You would look at the ones producing almost exactly what it is that you're producing. But that one producing water is someone to look out for, especially when you will need to consider things like pricing. In any environment or at any point in time, the economic state of the people is very critical to their response to your product. And in a situation where people do not have enough, they may want to tweak their needs, but in essence, still get the value or the need they truly want. What does that mean? What did that whole phrase try to communicate? Whoever wants to quench thirst and may probably not be able to afford your drinks, your fizzy drinks, your soda, your organic, would naturally tend towards water. So in thinking about your competitors, in looking at your competitors, you must also have these ones in glare. Maybe not in full glare, but that would be dependent on you and what you're able to extract from this course. You know, depending on your product, depending on your service, you would hear different things. If 3, 4, 5 people are listening to me right now, you would all hear something different, especially as it pertains to your product, the creation of your product, or the delivery of your product or service. The third and the last category of competitors that I'd like to talk about, I would liken them to the animal class called pests. These ones look like they are not after you. These ones look like they do not have any business with you. But you know what? They go after the things that matter to you. These are the competitors who are not offering the same products you're offering. They are not offering the same services that you're offering. They may not necessarily even be offering alternatives, but they go for the money in the purse of your customer. These particular competitors create products that are so much of a basic need, and they peg their prices. They have prices that are equal or almost equal to the prices of your products. And so much so that oftentimes a customer has to do a rethink if he has to make a substitute for the disposable income in his or her pocket. So for example, if you are like me, you live in the city that I live in, and you probably just want to buy a small portion of airtime. You want to buy a small unit of airtime. And you also want to quench your thirst. A unit of airtime may go for 100 naira in Nigerian currency, and a bottle of water goes for almost exactly the same amount. If 100 naira is all that customer has in his or her pocket, the dilemma begins. What do I go for at this time? Should I quickly get airtime to get more money? Or should I buy a bottle of water, quench my thirst, be alive even before I make the next call? This dilemma, unknown to you, always happens in the hearts and in the minds of your customer. Meaning that any product that is in need, especially a basic need for your customer, whose price dances around your own price, is a product to look out for. In some of my master classes, what I advise or what I suggest to small business owners to do is to make some of those products ancillary products or ancillary services or a co-bundle. So the question would be, what if the product does not look like my product at all? Even if it doesn't look like your product, as long as it's a need for your customer and you have co-bundled it, what you have automatically done is that you have erased that competitor in the mind of your customer. If I'm going to add, with the last example I used, if I'm going to add a portion of your product to my product as maybe a bonus, why will the customer have to think about you again? When the customer knows that if I get this particular product, I will automatically get yours too. That way, I have automatically erased that competitor from my customer's mind. It's psychology, and selling is psychology. Business has a lot to do with customer psychology. I'm sure you learned a thing or two, or you even validated something you've always known. If this was helpful, please share your feedback in the comment section. If you have a question, if it raised some dust, you can also drop it there. I'd look through and I'll give answers to them. I'm Casey, your business buddy. Until the next session, keep practicing, keep watching, keep sharing.